and welcome to episode 163 of Naija's Geeking Out, your favorite comic book podcast with the Naija twist. We're back again, and we're back with a full house. So, you know how it is, like towards the end of the year, people that haven't been coming to work will now start coming to work. I start be like, yeah, oh man, it's been such a stressful year. You're
Try,
not going
try,
to get that promotion.
try to claim bonus.
The bonus is still not coming. It's not happening. Then you're doing baseball card at the end of the year. You're
Can
not
you
serious.
imagine?
Anyway, let's start with Red the Regular. I didn't call anybody's name, but let me just start with my co-hosts. Red the Regular. Red, how you doing?
Yeah, the attempt at the shade will be ignored. But I'm still regular. If you take attendance, I think I have the best attendance all year. If you don't have proof, don't just answer. I know. Glad to be here. Let's get this show on the road, and
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay, good. Today, how you doing?
I'm good. I would not take that insult if I was red. I mean, it can never be me. How would you attack me like that? Like, no, it's too much. It's just too much. It's unfair. I stand with red the regular this year.
That is Red.
Enemies.
How is Niger today?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good to be back too. Enjoying the weather for what it's worth right now.
December
At
clean or dirty?
least. What?
December, is it clean or dirty?
It's very clean, sir. Very, very clean.
Clean must have a different meaning.
All right, good stuff. That well, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Getting ready for the most financially draining month of the year, December.
Draining. I'm
Is
already
it
drained.
December or
I'm
January?
already drained.
Because the funny thing is, December, January for some reason is always the longest month,
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
and you're broke like the second day.
yeah.
You just have to
And
just
that's
ride
because
it out.
December is draining now.
Yeah,
That's because
December is
December has
draining, but
drained everything.
it feels good. Like you get me, you're like spending that money. You're feeling like, this is bargain now. Christmas shopping, sales. Then January comes and it's like, then Gary from the second to the 31st.
I always pre-stock my Gary in November.
Oh, you see that you're a smart man. See, that's why you're a smart man. Anyway,
I don't drink Gary.
And you're a
you're
rich man now, so that's
you're a club.
why.
Come on, why are you talking like this? You're a club boy now.
I
You're not
mean,
part of this conversation.
exactly. Like,
Why are you
let us that we understand
I drink.
ourselves.
I drink water.
Right. So today we have some announcements that have come out, some big news, a teaser, and then we have rankings of a very super, well, very popular superhero that's like a staple basically of one of the big universes. Without further ado, let's jump into the lightest of these, and probably the one that people care the least about. Kill Monkey. This was on, I think it was Hulu.
Hits monkey, not kill monkey.
Hit Monkey. Sorry.
Shows you
You
how
know the
much.
thing is, I
Shows how
wrote
much.
it
How
and I was
much he
like,
cares
there's something
about.
wrong in what I'm writing, but I can't tell what it is. I'm like, it's a monkey that kills. It has to be Kill Monkey. Yeah. So this dropped maybe what 2 years ago now, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's been a while. And this had what's his name? Uh Jason Sudeikis, I remember, was
Yeah,
one of was the main voice actor there, and I think there was one other lady. I can't remember who it was. Did you all watch this? By the way, Hit Monkey season one.
yeah. I did. I did.
I think only
Okay,
both of you did. I didn't.
okay.
Nah, I did as well.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Oh, okay. What were your
Yeah.
thoughts? Do you remember? Did you enjoy it?
It was an enjoyable watch. Forgettable watch is the right term for it. I
Yeah.
would compare to like Bullet Train, the movie that came out this year. In that kind
Uh,
of, yeah, you watch and move on.
okay. Because I do seem to remember that I liked it the least of everyone. In fact, I
Yeah, I
think I
think
hated it.
I
I
think that's
hated it.
correct. Yeah.
I hated it. Well, it seems like Hulu doesn't care because they are releasing season two, so they've done a season two announcement, which is going to drop in 2024. So, guys, yeah, there's going to be more of this. Apparently, they didn't forget it. They didn't shelve. They just shelved it for a bit, but it's coming back. Right,
I mean, it
moving
can't be
on.
worse than any other Marvel announcement we've gotten recently. So, like, let's move on.
Cheap shots, but that's why that's why your god Snyder is being finished in the media.
There is one.
That's not a comic book. That's not comic related. Please.
It is comic adjacent. I mean,
It is
he's done
not. It is
DC
not.
stuff. He's done
There is
Vertigo
no
stuff.
comic. There is no comic book relation to that to that
Correlation.
news at all. At all. Mhm.
Okay, what was it that you wanted to say?
I said there's one aspect to this second season that kind of put a down on it for me.
Okay.
One of the new voice actors in it is Leslie Jones.
Okay.
I'm
You know what? It
not.
tracks. It genuinely
not.
like the level of that show to me. Yeah, those are the kind of movies
Nah.
you get.
For me, that would bring it down. I'm not a big fan of her at all. I
Yeah,
don't even think she's funny.
she's a strong black woman. How would you like her? It's not like I understand.
Wow.
Red.
Wow.
Dr. Omar. See, this is what your neighbor is talking about.
Wow.
She's a strong
Wow.
black woman now. The guy will put her
What
in
are you
that
trying
class.
to what are you trying to
Listen,
insinuate here now?
let me tell you, the people
it-
that would like Asian female characters and white female characters like Catherine Hahn in Agatha or that triangle face girl in Wolverine.
Did
Like,
you
those are the
just
kind of
say?
things that were like,
Did you just say? Did you just say white?
with a H in front?
So all I will respond, and this is no shade, but I'll respond to that.
Oh my
I
God.
like women.
So this is no shade to who?
No more comments.
To who? Say the person's name.
Wait,
now.
what are you trying to say there?
No
Explain
comments.
yourself. No. I genuinely don't understand.
I like people who present as women.
Okay. Okay, listen. Um,
You can take that. You can take that any
let's
way you want to.
No, but I don't understand.
let's move.
Can you explain some more?
Let's move.
Today,
No, please.
you will not put me into trouble. I said what I
I
have
don't
said.
need to put you inside. I don't need to put you inside trouble. You're already in trouble.
Let's move on. Okay, so today you mentioned Marvel and how Marvel announcements are taken and how they are rubbish, but that sets up our teaser trailer for Echo. So a teaser for Echo dropped 2 days ago, I think.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to see this? It's really like maybe a minute or something.
Yeah, it's not even a.
It's a teaser.
It's a
Yeah.
trailer, but it's more about marketing for the TV show, like the stream, because
Yeah.
it's voiceover about coming to you on NBC tomorrow. Don't miss it. I actually annoyed me watching it. Was that voice was annoying me.
Yeah, it's less a teaser for this. Yeah, it's less a teaser for the story itself than more of it is of we're actually making this thing.
Yeah, but it did highlight one aspect though. I don't know if I noticed it. I didn't actually. I know I did not notice it before. The level of violence.
Yes. I think it ramps it up and it puts it front and center to say this is a show for adults. If you like Daredevil and action and blood,
it's going to be the
like
grittiest, right? That's they're actually saying that. It's gonna be the grittiest.
Yeah, but that's not hard though. They've not done anything else close to, have they?
No,
So
they
this
have.
will be the first MA.
Not counting Netflix.
Not counting Netflix.
And Punisher,
yeah. So for Disney
Well, I
itself,
think
go on today.
it bothers me a bit if that's your selling point. That we are going to be very brutal. Netflix is not need to sell brutality as a concept that we're going to be very brutal when they're making their shows. It was just brutal and they had a good story to go with it.
I don't think they're selling it as that. People noticed.
They are definitely selling it as that. That this is the most brutal. This is the most brutal
But
MCU
to me, it's not
ever.
an issue. I mean, the boys did it. That's what they sold. You know, in the end, if the story is good, I don't care. If the story is rubbish, then you get your brickbats from me. So
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
And the point of a teaser or a trailer is to get you excited. So that now leads me to my next question. How did you feel watching it? Or how do you feel coming out of after you finished watching it? Do you feel more intrigued, more interested in?
I felt. I mean, if I once I removed that annoying voiceover, I felt more slightly better. That okay, they're not. This is not going to be Disneyfied. So that's a plus. Now, whether they actually do it in a good manner or not, because I still have an issue of where they left the last scene in Hawkeye, I think it was,
Yeah.
and how that translates.
Quite rubbish. Yeah, quite rubbish.
You
Red.
see,
What? Oh,
some
sorry.
okay.
I haven't seen this. Um, I saw the
Okay.
first trailer. I've not seen the new teaser one.
Tunde, you were gonna
Today.
say something?
Yeah, you see, somehow I felt less excited for this trailer
Okay.
because now it's trying to compete in the serious TV category, where I have greater scrutiny of the plot content and what is happening in the show, rather than the usual silly nonsense that I generally use for Marvel TV shows. So
Wait. When did you have less expectation for plot content? Is that not what you always talk about? You and character development and plot.
no, I mean that like for things like Hawkeye, for things like Miss Marvel, for things like She-Hulk, I'm going into like even Loki this place. I'm not going into them expecting FT storytelling or
Yeah.
complex storytelling, even though I will complain about it. But I'm not going there expecting it. Now Echo is going to like, okay, I'm trying to make a serious drama with serious stakes and very serious consequences. So that's the level I'm like, okay, is this what you're trying to do? And so I'm going to watch with that eye. And now
So,
I'm less excited because Marvel has always fucked that up.
so I want to ask. I want to ask something though. When you watched Daredevil or when you watched Punisher,
Punisher.
I mean, those were they were not overly complex, but they were just well done shows. Fairly simple storylines, and with the central character that we enjoyed, or with side characters that we enjoyed or we liked. I don't think the stories were as taut as I don't know, The Bear or something, or even even interpersonal relationships were not that deep in any of
No,
the ones that I'm mentioning. It
for
was
those
just we
shows,
like
for
the
those shows you
storyline.
met, yeah,
Yeah,
no, for the Netflix shows you mentioned, the character work was well done. The realism was well done. Like it felt gritty in that sense. Like you are watching something that okay, you expect the plot to hold up. You are not leaving a lot of room for inconsistencies in plotting and all of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like that's why we all hated Iron Fist, for example, because it
Oh,
was completely stupid. It was
oh,
retarded from beginning to end. So I'm not
okay.
expecting an Iron
Yeah,
Fist to show up in a Daredevil show.
yeah,
It would
of course,
mess it up. Like so,
absolutely, absolutely.
so I'm going to be going to this show thinking I'm watching a Daredevil kind of show, not an Iron Fist kind of show. So
I
if Iron Fist elements show up in Echo,
It would
like
especially annoy
uh,
you
it's exactly
because your
that's it.
expectations are now set to yeah.
Yeah,
I apologize by the way. I said that we did not we didn't really get those interpersonal relationships and story driven elements in Daredevil and in Punisher, but we sure as shit got it in Jessica Jones. Like that was very intense start to finish. So okay, I take that back. I see what you mean now. I see what you mean. Yeah. Um, I it got me a little excited. In fact, almost cautiously so. I feel like I'm setting myself up because I'm getting more, I'm seeing Daredevil again. I'm hoping that okay, this is it. You are going to give us a Netflix type show. We don't want the supers necessarily coming in, but we want something that's street level, truly grounded, um, and yeah, and violent with not world defeating stakes, but truly human ones. So yeah, I think I'm more excited. They moved it up by a day from January 10th to January 9th, and all 5 episodes are dropping. And that's also another thing that I'm optimistic about is 5 episodes. They're not drawing it out. They're not doing eight. They're not doing 13. They're like, let's short and sharp. So yeah, let's see. It's piqued my interest a bit more, I should say. Anything else about Echo?
Nothing from me. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
you just reminded me that they was in this, right?
Yes, yes.
I totally
Yes,
forgot.
he's going to be in this.
I totally forgot. So that's spikes me again.
He appears in the teaser as well.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
In a blink and miss it moment, yeah, he appears.
yeah.
Oh,
I
he
clearly,
does.
I
Okay.
clearly blinked.
Okay.
I clearly blinked.
Even read the very first trailer, he appeared there as
The
well.
first trailer
Yeah,
as well. We talked
the
about
first
it when he
trailer.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
I forgot that you guys mentioned it, and even that one. Do you know? I remember I said I missed that as
I
well.
remember you missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in this one as well. So and he looks like Cox. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to hot burning fingers news that just transpired today.
Fresh off the
Maybe like what,
press.
an hour?
Yeah,
Not
about an hour
today.
ago.
Not today. Today. Oh. No, 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 no.
Like nah. The ink is still wet. Like the pastries are still hot.
The granite is too hot from the roasting pan. You know.
We shouldn't be laughing because it's not funny.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
Jonathan Omotunde Majors has been found
Is
guilty
is is is
of
is is
what?
is. Let us respect ourselves here. Please and please.
Latunde then.
Please.
Yes.
Let's be careful. Let's be careful with our naming schemes here right now. Okay.
We'll
Okay.
see what happens.
You can call it Jonathan Ayo Majors.
Jonathan,
I don't mind.
no,
Mhm.
no, it's not for this kind of person. Was found guilty of assault and harassment today by a jury of his peers. Right. So I know there's been some development over the last couple of weeks on the trial, some text messages, some videos. All of that comes to say that Jonathan has been basically found guilty, and he could face up to 1 year. Is that what we're saying, in prison? Um, Found guilty on one count of assault and one count of harassment, and both are misdemeanors. Let's be clear, so they're not felonies. All right, guys. I don't. This is quite a blow. This is quite a blow. Even
Hey, bro,
outside the no, I was going to say even outside the
who is he
Marvel.
blowing?
Wait. Even outside the Marvel's, Marvel universe or Marvel scape, like this is. Jonathan Majors is very young. I think.
It's
Like
34,
he's
33. Yeah.
34. Okay, I thought it was like 31 or something. Okay, he's just really started to hit his stride. He's just really started to get out there, doing men's health, doing, he's a spokesperson for, I think, the military, the US military. Like, up and coming black man who God knows where he could have found himself, up there. And now, found guilty of this. And this is a big stain. And of course, you trust Marvel now, they released it immediately to say, they are severing ties with Jonathan Majors.
In about 30 minutes after. Right?
Really, it's like almost obscenely close. We were still reading the news of Jonathan Majors, this the verdicts. And Variety actually reports that the studio is considering a pivot to Doctor Doom. But I want to talk about Kang the Conqueror. What do you think what do you think Disney is thinking? What do you think Disney is going to do now? What would you advise Disney to do? Disney, MCU.
Oh, Disney.
Yeah.
But can we first talk about Jonathan Majors first, please, before we
Sure.
Yeah. Talk, Jonathan.
Yeah. So I've always been on the belief is I'll wait till the case is done and see what the judgment is. So he has been found guilty of some of the charges, the misdemeanors, as you pointed out. To me, he did a crime, and I use the word crime, in quotes. You served the time. Unfortunately, one, when it comes to assaulting or hitting a woman, even despite what the circumstances might even be, you're not only famous and rich, you're black and strong and big and powerful. You have to be more careful than others. I don't know whether it was even careful or not. I mean, I heard the phrase recklessly harming. So in a way, it's a misdemeanor. So I'm expecting that he's gonna get a fine or something along those lines. Unless they want to use him as an example, and I've said that I think the maximum jail time you can get is a year.
Yeah, he would do that time.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be
a suspended sentence.
So it's probably going to get a fine. So for me, if something like that happens and get a fine, to me that's the appropriate level of punishment.
Agreed.
The only reason why it's more impact for him is he was on a trajectory which could have earned him tens of millions. He's lost that. But in a way, I don't want to be sound too harsh. That's down to him. Yes, when you're at the top, you have to be more careful than other people. Unfortunately, that's the truth of life.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And he's made millions already anyway. Hopefully, he won't be too bad off. And with time, maybe he might make a comeback. We've seen other people do it in the past.
Yeah.
So
like
I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, Ray Fisher. No, Ray Fisher has different.
Why are we talking about something sensible? You're bringing Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher has different issues. Yeah, to your point, he should have been a lot more sensible. Now there was a video online that showed him running from the lady.
Yeah.
This exact thing happened to a friend of mine when we were at university, and he was at Angel Station.
Yeah.
And the girl slapped him in the car, and the guy just got out of the car and just started running because he was like, "You're not going to put me in trouble. It's not me and you." And he was like, "Okay." After that, he was like, "Look, I can't deal with this. You put your hands on me. Even if I don't put my hands on you, somehow I end up being wrong." So I just want to extract myself.
And you guys, I know I've told this story before. I've been there before, where I was assaulted, like without provocation by women, and yet the police kept trying to look for a reason to arrest me. But luckily, I took the punishment because I knew I'm 6'2". I just knew if I touched this person, I would be in big trouble. So I took it, bleeding and everything. And yet when the cops came, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" "What do you mean, is she all right? There's not one mark on her. I'm bleeding and everything." But that's what
yourself when you smash the DVD on his head.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but yeah,
why are you laughing?
It's funny. It's a bloody shame. Red, do you have anything? I mean, you're closer to it. What is your?
I feel for him. He's done the crime, like that was said. He has to do the time. But for someone who, in such a short time, he was on this trajectory, and knowing how hard the path to redemption is in this country, I don't know. We already see Marvel is extricating themselves from him.
That's done. That's done.
With a quickness. So, I mean, he's a very he's an intense actor. Like he brings the character to life. I don't know. I do feel this is one costly.
Those texts he was sending do not paint a good picture at all.
No. So there's been talks about him being borderline crazy in the past. So, but nobody yet. I mean, but that's always online internet talk.
Yeah.
But what's next for him is what I'm thinking. Does he go on the apology tour and lay low for a while, or is he done and will it be like tagged, hard to work with in the industry, and nobody will just touch him again?
Have we got something? Have we got anybody similar to this situation who's come back?
Will Smith tried to. Okay.
No, Will Smith was never in the battery. No, he's not.
No, not in this particular situation exactly, but like in recent years, black actors that has that have faced some level of controversy, and it has affected their careers in one way or the other. Like Will Smith's first movie, it got really bad publicity, Emancipation, right?
Yeah.
Because of the slap and all of that, and he's still right, even up till now, he's still there's still a bit of laying low from him, I guess. We
Yeah.
are not
Yeah.
seeing a lot of big project attached to the guy right now. So when I'm looking at his trajectory, that is majors going forward, I'm considering that a bit, and he doesn't even have all the goodwill Will
So,
Smith had built up prior to that.
so he doesn't have the goodwill. He has all the optics going wrong for him. He's an intense black man who assaulted, abused a white woman. So,
And
like, no, I mean,
even more crucial, even
we're
more
talking about the
crucially,
optics here, right? So,
yeah,
yeah, I
and
don't
even more
know.
crucially on the topic of on optics, he
Yeah.
didn't have the support of people that know him. Like we didn't see an outpouring on Twitter or people said, "And that's the gentle guy. He would never do such." And I know
No.
it's not in these things are not actual real indicators of whether he's actually guilty or
Of course,
not.
of course,
You
of course.
cannot use the text messages. You cannot use how people talk
Yeah,
about
No
him
perception.
online
No
as a.
perception.
But
Perception matters
that
there.
yeah.
perception, yeah, like even for what's his name, Johnny Depp, as bad as he was, he still had an outpouring of support. The
Oh, absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
So
Yeah,
if this guy had that, it might say, okay, maybe that was helping me a bit more because to be fair to him, the it's misdemeanors he was charged with. And when you read
Yeah.
about the charges he was actually found guilty of, it's not that
So,
serious.
so let me just tell
No,
yeah.
I
let me
won't
just
put it
tell you that
I won't say it's not yeah.
you're in the 1% of people that know it's a misdemeanor. The headline is found
Exactly
guilty.
guilty.
So,
Exactly.
and that's what's that's what's gonna count. It's been found
And,
guilty.
and
Yeah.
that's the headline that people will be broadcasting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, rightly or
If
wrongly,
and so
that's what happened. So he's
yeah.
good. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and if he had the support, like he had a loud amount of vocal support, that would have helped him and say, "Oh, we are clarifying this and all of that and
Yeah,
all that."
well, yeah.
But
So and yeah, so and just to that, and yeah, I don't know John Majors or please don't kill me, but based on what today's analysis, and I actually agree with his analysis, this John Majors is probably one of those guys who's not even who makes friends that easily. He's got a lot of people, you know, like Johnny Depp was,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
Johnny Depp was like a
but
lovable character, but not character person, by so many.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
which
Eccentric,
yeah,
but this dude strikes me as more. No, he's not even standoffish, but he just doesn't make friends easily. And
yeah,
Chadwick
yeah,
was that the same way. He
yeah,
doesn't make a lot of friends, but the ones he does, they're like close friends with him. But
yeah,
he's just not like a super effusive
yeah,
person.
but
no,
yeah,
That's why it's one of his
yeah,
so
weaknesses.
it's not about making friends. Chadwick, even before you can say he
yes,
doesn't make friends, but people will say, "Oh, Chadwick is
yeah,
a stand-up guy."
yes,
But
exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing people coming out say that for
Yeah,
Jonathan
I
Majors.
think Johnny Majors is one of those guys where, and there's nothing wrong with this.
yeah,
I'm my own guy. I come here to do my work, and I'll go on. See you later.
yeah,
I don't have time for
yeah,
that. But
yeah,
what that does is, when you need people to support you,
yeah,
you won't get a big crowd because they don't know you. Some people might think,
They
oh,
don't.
this guy
Yeah,
that,
they don't know you. Yeah.
or people might say that this guy that comes and does his own thing is arrogant. Is this, and also he has the physical presence of a very. He's got a very intimidating physical
yes.
presence as well.
Unfortunately, yeah,
You know.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest. There haven't been many people who have come back from like back to the same level of stardom that they were before.
Yeah, 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 no, yeah.
The
I think
Mel
very few.
Gibsons, the who else? Just people like generally like I mean actors. If it's assault or God forbid like some sort of sexual assault or sexual abuse,
Yeah,
that one just forget it. They're just going to put you.
We're looking at easily 3-4 years of him just not been heard of for a
Easily,
while. Easily.
easily. Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
And
Maybe
I
trust
mean,
me, in
come
this,
back and
this
on
start
the
doing CPDs.
you're
Yeah,
going today.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand as well, as much as I feel bad for Jonathan Majors, I like this as a cautionary tale to
Yes.
other actors who are, oh, because I've made it small, I can get away with anything, or people that need to tighten up their behaviors now
Yeah, yeah.
before they get on the big stage. Because
yeah,
it's this kind of small things that would definitely this can definitely destroy a career. And if it ends up protecting more women in future because a man thinks twice because of the time injustice. I count that as a slight win. Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
a
I agreed. Agreed. Let's be honest though, or let's be straight. It was a two-way abusive relationship from both of them. So it wasn't like he was the abuser and she was the one that was being abused all the time because she was constantly attacking him as well. But in
but
this case,
Kex. Bottom line
the,
is,
the, the, the,
only
he
one
was the
person
one that
got
was being
charged. Yeah,
prosecuted.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, but niggas will still be niggas. They won't listen. As long this won't
I mean,
find them, they will lose their brain. But it's
it's
can we
like
can we can we
everybody is
get
going
can
to
we get
cancel us on this show.
can we get can we
Everybody.
get Dr. Omar on this show?
They say stay away from the Caucasus Mountains.
Look at Darkman's face. Look at Darkman's face as I said Dr. Omar.
You know I can't stand that guy, right?
I don't like him at all.
I
Let's
can
come back.
I can take him in bits.
I can't stand him at all.
So, let's come back to comic books now. Let's come
So
back
Disney.
to Marvel. Let's come back
Disney,
to the MCU and Disney. Now, the next movie that they have is Deadpool next year,
Yes.
which we can say is probably safe from any Jonathan Majors Kang influence or bleed over, right? The
Yes.
next movie after that is Captain America: Brave New World or New
Yes.
World Order, whatever
Still
they're
safe.
calling it. That is in 2025.
That's still safe. Yep.
That's still safe. So this gives them. It's not even a cushion because right now they're in firefighting / panic mode
Yeah.
to put together a saga that makes sense without Kang in it. Or do we recast Kang? What do we do? What's your take? What do you do?
I mean, we've been talking about this for a while.
Or recast? Yes.
We've
For
been
now,
talking about this for a while.
yeah.
They are
now
not
they-
recasting. They are moving away from the storyline completely. Like
from the
they changed the writers of the movie, from the Kang storyline completely. I think they've changed even the names of the future Avenger movies. I'm not
No, they
100%
haven't.
sure on this.
They haven't. They haven't.
You
They
sure it's still Kang Dynasty?
haven't. It's still Kang
Because
Dynasty.
I think I remember they were making some changes on
They're
that.
part of the multi.
on
Those
that.
two are the multiverse saga. So they are the Kang.
Yeah, like I'm saying that because they've
He's the
changed the
director.
writers, they are planning on changing the names as well. So
Okay.
I'm not
They might.
100% sure on
They
that.
might.
Yeah.
They might.
Yeah. So they are supposed to do a multiverse saga, but to be more focused on Secret Wars, I guess. And with the new news that is Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do that one. Give us Hickman
mean-
Secret Wars and Doctor Doom.
They fast tracked the announcement of Fantastic Four without even having they fast tracked the casting this year without even having a scripted director or I'm not sure we have a release date in mind already. So they're already prepping the groundwork already on that. So I think behind the scenes, even long before this verdict was released, they've been already making serious plans to switch storylines. And hopefully it works out well for them because, like you mentioned, they have a cushion of time on this. And if they need to take more time, they should please take more time. Everybody's already begging Marvel to take a break. They need it.
Yeah. So okay. So that gives them some time to try to salvage what they can. It's just like so Kang. So we're just going to be like, oh, so Kang died in Quantumania. Ant-Man killed him, and all those variants we saw.
A variant of him dies, and that's
Yeah,
it.
a variant of him dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So is there going to? I don't want to even start thinking about another Kang coming up later. Also,
No, I mean, to me, what this allows us to do is leave the Kang story for now.
Yep.
Pivot, as Tunde said, to something else. Whether it's Doom, whether it's Secret Wars, do it. And if you want to go to Kang, you can come back to Kang in another 6, 7, 10 years, and it could be somebody else who's a variant of him.
Yeah.
And then people will remember. Oh yeah, that's the guy that died like a book in Ant-Man.
to be fair, we did not see Thanos after Avengers 1 until way.
Yeah.
So they could do it.
And
Okay.
who knows? Who knows? Maybe in 10 years, Bridger's career is back on path, and everybody has forgiven him after a well done documentary. Who knows?
Could be.
Yeah,
Maybe he's married another Yimbo and giving birth, and
I didn't say that too. This is not for everybody. See who said it, not me.
but you're right. Anything could happen in 10 years' time. But I think Today's right that and you're right as well, Kex. There's enough cushion, there's enough time to pivot, and not to pivot in a rush, to pivot properly, get a decent story out, and it might give these guys. Because to be honest, I also think the kind establishments they've done in Ant-Man and in Loki, to me, they've been missteps anyway. I'm not impressed by it.
You didn't like the Kang in Loki.
I hated it.
No, I liked
Victor. I was the time guy.
I like He Who
Not
Remains.
Timely. Yeah, He Who Remains. Sorry,
I like He Who Remains. But in that same show, we then got Victor Timely.
Victor Timely, yeah.
I'll be honest, Victor Timely grew on me.
I know you said it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it grew on me. It was weird. Yeah.
And then we had the Ant-Man. We had Ant-Man version, and we had that council of screaming idiots.
Yeah, that was quite poor.
Yeah.
That was quite poor and desperate. Okay. Yeah, let's move on. We'll see. But just on one last thing. I know that I mentioned this a while back that remember that we still haven't heard the outcome from Tenok Quetta, Namor's accusation as well. So he's also been accused of I think sexual assault and manipulation or something. You know. So okay, so yeah, just thought I bubble that up to the surface. Moving on, right? So the main crux of our show today, we said that we would. Last week you put out a poll because you were so confident. Now let's even. I want to go to the beginning of this. You dared to tweet with the official Naija's Geeking Out handle, and you said, "Guy Gardner is the best Green Lantern." I was like, wait. Sorry, you didn't fact check this.
Yeah, we don't tweet false suits there. We don't. Yeah.
Don't just be talking like that with big chest.
If Guy is not the best, who is?
That is why we put out a poll, Red. So we put out a poll last week. Now, if I remember correctly, to try to we named 5-6 Green Lanterns, and we said who is your.
No, so it was 4.
Only 4.
It's only because Twitter only allows 4 choices.
Okay.
And I was too lazy to put one on one pull out, so it was 4 candidates. And the candidates I gave Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, and Kai Rayner. Those are the 4 I put out there to vote.
Okay, the 4 main ones. Then. Okay, fine.
Yeah, ignoring the better Green Lanterns in the process. We'll continue.
Who are the better ones?
Yeah.
We'll
get to the minute.
We'll get to there.
The results were surprising in a way. There was 2 tied for first and 2 tied for second, or tied for third and fourth.
Rigged.
So Hal Jordan had 33% of the votes.
Okay.
Guy Gardner also had 33% of the votes.
How? I don't understand.
John Stewart
voted with the Naija's Geeking Out account and voted with his personal account to make sure that happened.
You can't vote with your own account on the poll. John Stewart had 17%.
Okay.
Kai Rayner had 17%.
17% as well. Okay. So we've decided that we need to take a more empirical approach to this.
No.
Very objective, very scientific.
Yes. Because
you insisted with anger.
Win. So I don't want you to do that one with you. No. Let's put numbers against these things because remember the last time we did this, we all agreed that Moon Knight was the best MCU TV show.
No, sorry.
Somehow, you still don't agree that you're saying the She-Hulk or something. I don't even know who you ever say is in that or something.
Listen.
But we crunched the numbers.
You crunched the numbers in a very Nigerian manner to how these numbers were manipulated. Some people started to do campaigning. Let's me you time up to put somebody right at the bottom so that the overall average will drop. It was very cynical.
Coalitions were formed. That's allowed. Okay, so we decided that we'll take that same approach this year or this time with the human Green Lanterns of, well, they're not all for Sector 2184, but some of them are outside Sector 2184. Now, we've decided that we'll list 8 of the Green Lanterns, human Green Lanterns, and we would assign them points based on how much we like them. So the ones we like the most getting 8 points, the one we like the least getting 1 point. Everybody gets the votes, and then at the end we will tally this up, and then the person with the most points is definitively Naija's Geeking Out's standout best green light. Now, my question is,
Yes.
today, how do you want to do this? Do you want to do this?
Okay.
Everybody goes one at a time, or do we name the lanterns and then assign them our points
Number.
based on how much we like?
And that will give a lot of room for cheating
I
and
think the first,
manipulation.
I think it is okay. Go on.
So
All right, go on.
I think we should do like we call the last number, and we all call who our lanterns are for that number, and then we work our way up.
Okay. Got it. So the lantern that we think is least,
Yes.
Yes.
everybody says theirs. I
Yes.
plug it.
Yeah.
I plug it into our back computer. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we work our way upwards.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, that makes sense. So, now for the listeners, we have got Alan Scott, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner, Carl Rayner, Sojourner Mullion, Jessica Cruz, and Simon Baz. 8 of them.
Yes.
So we will start with red. I will start with red least. That was least. My least liked.
Okay.
And then today you go from there again, and we go back and then back
Okay.
that way.
So you want me to start?
Yes, the one you rate least, the one you give 1 point.
Joe, Sojourner Million.
Okay. That's
What
fair.
the fuck?
Hey, listen, I didn't use that
Oh, today.
I was shocked.
Today was an off point.
Exactly. Look at that. Why?
How? Like why?
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's the one I relate to the list.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. That one.
Are we giving reasons why we hate? Are we giving reasons?
Yes, we need to give reasons. We need to give reasons.
I should give my
Yes.
Yes, please.
It's the one you relate to least. I
Tunde,
assume that was your
Tunde,
reason,
calm
and that's
down. I
fine.
said she's the one I relate to the list. Calm
Yes.
down.
And that's
Yeah.
a good reason.
Yeah. And she's wait. When did she come on stage? Maybe like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, not more than that. It's not.
Yeah, so-
she's only really had
so-
one.
Yes.
arc,
So,
really.
but by that
Awesome.
time I was really off. I wasn't really into GL law anymore. So
Yeah.
I can't relate to her. Sorry, Tunde. But this
It
poll
is
is
what
not
it
going to
is.
go. It's not going to go the way you think. It's not going to go the way you think it is.
Uh,
Oh wow.
that
I
was
was shocked.
So for me, my least favorite Green Lantern is the one who's done the most damage to the Green Lantern Corps as a whole. He's murdered so many of them. He's
Spectre.
he's the most meh of the Green Lantern. He's an example that nobody should follow. He had a movie that was actual trash as well. So my least favorite Green Lantern, without any much further ado, is Hal Jordan.
that's unnecessary.
That's harsh. That's really
This poll you guys are going for is not going to end the way anybody thought it would.
There's not one lie told.
That's harsh.
Oh god.
Okay.
Tunde, go. Who's your...
So there you
Who's
go.
next? Is it today? Okay.
Okay.
It's me actually. It's me. Today, do you mind if I go?
Okay, it's Kex. All right, go ahead.
That way, expecting I would do bad belly, but I won't. My least favorite Green Lantern character of the ones we've listed here,
Yeah.
is actually Simon Baz.
Okay.
I think he feels like a throwaway character for some reason. He feels like he hasn't really been built much. I can't, like Red said, for me, I can't relate very much with him. He's can I say he's a recent, less than 20 years old, right?
10.
About 10.
Yeah,
About 10
yeah.
years.
Himself and Jessica Cruz, right?
You are
About
right.
same time.
You are
They
right.
came
yeah.
before. He came before Cruz, actually. Yeah.
Rebirth. Yeah, Rebirth. It's Rebirth.
Is
No,
it Rebirth? Yeah.
no, it was New 52 actually.
Or was it
No
New
rebut.
52?
New 52. He's
Yeah.
the Muslim. Salman Baz is the Muslim one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Muslim one.
Yes, as New 52. Yeah.
Yes. I think it was Jeff Johns as well.
It was.
And
It
it
was.
felt like they just wanted to create a new character without really giving much. I've just never really clicked with him. I think the most I've liked him is there was a Green Lantern Corps comic book last year where he was like the mentor to the Green Lantern girl with the gauntlets, and I liked him in that role. But then it's like that kind of he's like he was like Jay Garrick there, and I liked him like that. But as his own like standalone Gengengesti, never been a fan really. So for me, it's Simon Bass. I'll give him one.
Okay.
Yeah, as part of the only few people on this podcast that are taking this very seriously, it's Simon Baz, obviously. I don't know why anybody will pick any other person as the worst. Not the worst Green Lantern, but like the least Green Lantern. I remember his I remember his introduction. He was the one that said, "Oh, he was going to be using a gun because he didn't trust the ring as well."
Yep.
Yeah, he was also the one that used the Green Lantern power to resurrect a dead person at first. And I think Geoff Jones was trying to build him up at some point. He was running away from the justice and all of that. But like, it's a white man's take on an immigrant character without doing a lot of details and world building. And then it quickly fell by the wayside by the time Jessica was introduced, and he basically just disappeared off scripts for years and just became a background character. So in terms of Green Lantern lore, in terms of interesting characterization, he is the least. But it's like if you're talking about talking diversity character, it's the one you point to because there's nothing special about him beyond that. So yeah, but
Thank you. We've heard you.
Red, you and I we have beef from now on. But let's continue.
From now on,
Just wait till we finish because we are not done. You're gonna have more beef, right? Just hold your beef for now. Okay.
that what you want to go next to your second least favorite?
Well, my second least favorite is the same guy you two have mentioned, and for literally the same reasons. So I'm picking Simon Baz. He's a token character. He's cardboard deep. There's not much to him. The whole idea of this Muslim angry, almost terrorist type person running around with a gun as a Green Lantern, it was just put in. I kind of first liked him a bit, but the more I saw how Jeff Johns was writing him, I didn't feel it. I thought he was aiming for something, and I think he missed entirely. And I don't like him. I'm at the point where now I don't like him as a character. And to be honest, for all the lanterns, these are the only two I can say that of. The rest I like to a certain degree. These are the two I do not like. So yeah, for me, second worst is Simon Bass.
But it's better than the token character is better than Al Jordan.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Hadad is actively negative for Had as a lantern.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
All right. Red, do you want to take the next one?
I can take it. Yeah. So it'll be Simon Baz. When it came, I felt like it was a diversity hire. Like they were trying to pacify. I'm serious. Like they're trying to pacify frayed nerves. It was like they just threw in all this pseudo stereotypes into, and I never really got into him. I don't like him, and nothing I've seen so far has changed my mind.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Today.
You want me to go next for number 2?
Yes, number 2.
Okay. So for number 2, it's interesting for me.
Number 7.
I'm going to go with Alan Scott.
Okay. Why?
Yeah,
Any reason?
it's the Green Lantern I least relate with. GSA was before my time when I came into comics.
And you're vexing for me for not being able to relate to Joe.
I'm vexing for you 100% because I don't understand how any straight black man cannot relate to Joe. Please, I don't understand. But it's
Look
okay.
at this guy.
No,
Oh, but boy,
Alan Scott, I think the comics of Alan Scott I read and I really enjoyed was the new 52 Green Lantern, where, no, not Green Lantern, it's two comics, where he was tasked with forming the new Justice League after Superman, Batman,
Yep,
and
yep,
Wonder Woman had
yep,
been killed. That was the
yep.
first comic I really got into Alan Scott as a character, and I enjoyed him there. But as much as I enjoyed that story, I think for all the other Green Lanterns, I have more stories, and that's how I've been rating it. More stories of them I enjoyed more
Okay.
than that, more than that comic. And I would ask if anybody has. This is where I'll be open about it. I'll ask if anybody has any recommendations of, oh, Alan Scott Essential. This is what you should read to fall in love with the character.
Essential is a tough one. It's a tough one.
Has to be something with GSA.
Exactly. That's all I know him
Yeah,
with.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think its best appearances for me
I
have
don't know
always
him
been
with,
in GSA.
GSA, yeah.
in society.
Exactly, and that's why I'm waiting in this loop.
Okay. Okay. Actually like Alan Scott. I like his character. I like the way he's written. Um, I, I like his personality. That's the word I'm looking for. I like his personality. He doesn't, to your point, he doesn't have any stories of his own like that. But I'm loath to put him. I'm loath to put him in that number. So for me, my number 7 from the bottom is Jessica Cruz. Um, again, someone that I'm like, okay, you brought this person, she's fit, but Jessica Cruz to me is for me the same level as what's that Tanagarian Hawk Girl. I
Hawk Girl.
don't care for Hawk Girl at all.
Shayera
Sayera.
Hall.
Oh, no, thanks, Paul. Yes, thank you. Not a fan. Um, but yeah, she edges out Simon Baz, but just barely. So Jessica Cruz to me, about the
Okay.
same generation, really, in terms of
Okay.
Green Lanterns.
Interesting.
So having dropped that, let me start the going back up. So I'll start again, and then we'll go to Red. After that, I'm going to have to give it to Hal Joe, to Guy Gardner. I don't like this. I think, no, let's go. He is incredibly obnoxious, very, very, very annoying, very bull in a china shop. He doesn't think. He just acts. And I truly hope the first time we see him in live action, he's represented by a black person. Because he's a redhead, and that's what they seem to be doing with redheads now. So they're just replacing them with black.
Oh, we know who's playing him now.
So
Jonathan.
Alan
Huh?
That's
But
a good one to do.
But you guys are aware that he's already been casted, right?
Yeah, Nathan Fillion.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. But he's just obnoxious, and I have never been as happy as watching him get punched in the face by Batman, reading him get punched in the face by Batman all those many decades ago. He lost his girlfriend. He's lost his ring so many times. He never even got his ring the first time because he was supposed to get that ring originally. And then we went through the phase where he was a Yellow Lantern and then Red. And then he's just had a personality crisis because he's not just that interesting apart from being obnoxious and annoying. Everybody hates him. Nobody likes him. So
How
yes,
do you know? What do you mean everybody?
they don't like him. Ice doesn't like him. Fire sure shit doesn't like him. Nobody in the Justice League likes him. The Green Lanterns barely tolerate him. I think Kyle Rayner is the only one that likes him.
Nobody loves a straight shooter. You know that, right?
He's a straight asshole. He's not a shooter. He's a jerk.
Nobody
He's a
loves
jerk.
nobody loves anyone who tells like it is.
Well, I suppose that's why Batman punched him and I knocked him out. I mean, he
Nah.
punched somebody with the most powerful weapon in the galaxy on his finger and knocked him out because he was talking
To
trash.
be fair, he did the same thing for Hal Jordan. I mean,
What,
let's
he
be
knocked
fair on
Hal
that
Jordan
point.
out, or when he
No,
colored
he
the
took
room
his ring.
white?
He took his ring
Oh, you mean in
in Justice League.
Just like the Unlimited.
Yeah, took it off. No, in the comic.
No,
he took it off.
in
No,
the comics.
in the
Sorry, in the
comics.
comics. Yeah,
Yeah.
the comics. Yeah. So,
Okay, I missed that. Because
No,
my mind keeps going to All Star Batman, where he paints the room yellow and then he basically ambushes.
no. In the first, I think it was the very first issue of Justice League, of the
Yeah,
reboot.
it was.
Yeah, it was the reboot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
It was the one where Apocalypse came, where they all first met.
yeah,
Look,
yeah,
it's you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. He nicks his ring and yeah. Okay. Cool. So yes, it's Guy Gardner for me. So take your 3 Guy Gardner and go. Who wants to go next?
Tunde goes next. He hasn't
Today.
started.
I have to recover from the shock of that. So can I go next, please?
Who is your number 3
Okay.
from the bottom? Yeah.
My number 3 from the bottom. This is an interesting one. It's Carolina for me. I think.
Why do
I
you
think
laugh at that? What kind of people laugh on that, Marin?
It's because of 2 skull kicks.
Okay.
You don't like Kyle Rayner.
Oh,
I
okay,
know.
okay.
Yeah. I think Kyle
Okay.
is the most meh of all the Green Lanterns there in terms of personality. Like, if you ask me to describe Kyle's personality, he's an artist. He likes to draw.
Yeah.
Beyond that, he is not as fun as Al Jordan. He's not as annoying as what's his name?
Guy Gardner.
Guy
Guy
Gardner.
Gardner. He's not as military as John
John
Stewart,
Stewart.
or should I say he's not as black as John Stewart.
Yeah.
It's just it's just there. Like,
He's
it's the
Asian.
most
He's Asian,
generic.
right?
He's what?
Is he?
No, no,
what?
no, no, no.
No, or Latino. He's
What did
definitely
you
not
say?
white.
You know, it's not pure
No,
white. It's not pure
he's
white.
Hispanic, I think. He's like
Yeah,
He's
Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hispanic. Yeah,
Hispanic
correct.
mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hispanic. Yeah. So it's just there. I liked him in Omega Man, but
Okay.
that's because I like the book a lot.
Yeah, it's a good book.
And I like,
Comfort.
yeah, it's a really good book. Like, that's one of the, if you're talking
Yeah.
about Carl Reiner, that's one of the books that's okay. Go and read that book. It's a really good book, and it explores why I actually like Green Lantern as a concept. It would be a lot higher on this list because
Okay.
that book actually touches on why I like Green Lantern as a concept overall. But in terms of personality overall, it's just there. And it doesn't help that they just made him overpowered, that he doesn't do anything anymore. He's either is one with the source, or is the only lantern to rule them all, or is the white ranger of all lanterns. It's like, it's very difficult to take that kind of character and make him interesting, basically.
Okay. Fair enough. I can't argue with that. Okay. That what do you want to go next? Right.
Okay, so my third from the bottom right.
Yes.
So I think somebody else has already mentioned this guy. He's the original first Green Lantern ever created by DC. I like him, but compared to the others, he comes first. So I'm talking about Alan Scott here. Yeah, and the fact that he's also a lantern that's more magic related,
Yeah.
kind of distances him from what I see as a core Green Lantern core. I don't think he's one of them. Yeah, he's the first person to bear that name. And even in current continuity, he's not even he's now a member of the Green. His powers are now related to the Green,
Yes.
which I think is
So
stupid. Yeah, go on, sorry,
so
go on. Yeah.
sorry. He's and that's the thing. He's the Jay Garrick of the Green Lantern Corps. It's just the same way Jay is linked to the Speed Force, but he's also
Yeah.
magic based.
Yeah.
So it's like it's yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
like that elder statesman type. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, I understand why, because back in then, when it was created, this was before the science era of
It was
superheroes.
just
So
easier
yeah,
to write magic. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So it was
that's
magic. So I get it. I don't think there've been a few reboots of him, and he's now a homosexual, and he's based in Gotham. I like him. I don't mind him, but he comes third for me on my list
Okay.
currently. And somebody said earlier, his best run personally is when he's in JSA.
Yeah. Okay. Red, number 2 for you.
Oh, the Kyle Rayner. So for me, um,
I can take it.
look, for me,
Yeah.
he was always an imposter. I'm like, why do we need this guy? Like, I've never really gotten into him. He's bland. I can't. I mean, okay, they made him what, a White Lantern and overpowered him, but
Yeah.
I'll say I can't relate.
Okay.
I never give him a chance. Let me just be
Blunt.
straight up
Yeah.
blunt. Yeah, like yeah, I never give him a so by the time it came on, I read
Yeah.
actually unlike that, but I liked I started liking Hal Jordan, then I later
Yeah.
started reversing.
Yeah.
Like it was just like super it was just like Superman, like okay, how much can
Yeah.
you this guy's just too good at two shoes. But with Kyrena, I just never could get into him.
Yeah. And I
So
think
he's
part of Kyle's appeal to me was also the fact that he you said something about like he felt like an imposter.
yeah,
Like even he had that whole imposter syndrome going on.
syndrome. Yeah,
Like, why
Yep.
is this with me? Like, why am I like
yeah,
he did not embody who you would expect had the capacity to
yeah.
overcome great fear.
Yeah.
He was a recurring theme with him. But yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right. That was number 4.
Right. So I'm going to
Yeah,
apologize because it looks like we're doubling down on a person.
yeah,
So my fourth least favorite is Kyle Reiner. And
okay.
I, when enough, when he came on the scene,
Mhm.
I was kind of happy because I thought, oh God, please anybody but Harold Jordan. So I was happy purely from that aspect. And I don't mind him. I liked him, and yes, so he had some Mexican roots as we said, he was an artist. But when we talk about the other ones, he still in the end became. I think they struggled to push him in relation to
Yeah,
the other lanterns.
especially when the others came. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So there was, yeah, they did find a great niche
yeah,
for him,
yeah.
and they made a lot of attempts. I give DC the credit; they did do a lot for him. But what they decided doing is, in lieu of personality development, let's just give him power. Let's just give him power. Let's just give him power, which is not,
Yeah.
you basically, you've moved
You
him
can
from
you can
somebody,
you can only give so much power.
yeah, and you can't write sensible stories anymore
Yeah,
about him. So it was kind of so yeah. I don't dislike him, but it would be my fourth from the bottom choice,
Okay.
Kyle Rayner,
Okay.
and he's the one lantern that really was not worth the ring. He was given the ring out of desperation.
Mm, okay. Fair enough. Okay. Today number 4 for you.
Number 4 would be, and I don't like putting this person this low because I actually like this character,
Yeah.
Jessica Cruz. I
Okay.
like her concept. Like, she's not the typical, oh, I'm strong-willed. She's actually very, very scared as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
character. And I really like that angle, and I wish they'd taken, and the little bit they explored with her, I liked that as a concept. But we've not gotten more of that yet. Like, I wish she had had a run, like a comic book run of her storytelling and exploring that idea of someone who has a lot of fear in them, holding a Green Lantern's ring. I think that would have been a really good read. But she's kind of faded into the background a bit
yeah.
compared to the others on the list. And yes, that's why she's this low for me. She would have been way higher. But yeah, Jessica Cruz.
Okay.
Honestly, I've always I rated Jessica lower because I've always no offense to use this word, but I've always felt like she's a bit of a fuck up. Like she's like
Yeah, that's why I like that. She's a fuck
like
up.
really. Well, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'll go at that. Red, you can go. Number 4
yeah.
for me is Joe.
Why? Like, what's going on here?
You know what?
Wait, who?
Joe
So,
Sojana. Yeah,
Sajida,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Um,
you should have
Sojana
guessed who
is
now by today's reaction now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sojana is. I don't hate Sojana at all. Don't get me wrong, but on the ones I like, she's least. She's
Okay,
least.
okay.
Um, because I still you're not in you're okay, you're an ambassador somewhere else. You're more of a diplomat than actually a space cop. Your ring isn't as powerful as the others. You have great personality, but then it almost feels sometimes like you're overcompensating. She feels sometimes like Cecilia Reyes in X-Men, like someone that is like not brash, but like a strong black woman, and everything that
Yeah,
that word entails.
yeah.
That sometimes always like chill out now. You can pass your point across. Now to do.
So
I
you
like
and
her.
Dakpo, both of you don't like strong
No,
black women. That what you're just telling me right now. That
that was only
strong black women is a turn off for
That was
both of
only
you.
psychological.
Today,
Okay,
since you're taking this personal,
I am taking it very personal, very very personal.
Yeah,
It's not.
so
It
that's
seems
that.
like I.
No, I do
Okay.
like her, but she's just the lowest of the bunch of the ones I do.
Okay.
Red. So your turn, number 4.
Jessica Cruz.
Jessica Cruz. Okay.
And so this is the deal with Green
Yes.
Lantern.
Yes.
I fell off after a while. So when I said I
Okay.
can't relate, I stopped
That's fair.
really following. And so the newer characters do not have that much of an impact on me.
Impact. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
yeah,
and that's why.
yeah.
So I can't really
Yeah.
speak to them. Like growing up, the magic I felt
I
like
agree.
with the ring and
I
imagining,
agree. I agree.
so that's
I
really
agree.
my thing.
I think apart from that was beef. I think the the main ones that will drag this competition that we're having now are the mainstays, the 3 first ones.
Yeah.
But not apart from Alan Scott. I think those are the ones that are still going to
Yeah.
drag this competition anyway. Okay, so that's 4. 5. Today you go 5. You're number 5.
Okay. So for number 5, I will
Yeah.
go with Guy Gardner. For number
Okay.
5, it reminds me of when it was created. It was a cop, right?
Yes.
It
Yep.
reminds me,
Marine, I
and
think.
Yeah,
Something.
it was in
uh,
DC,
It-
based
yeah,
out of
it-
Maryland,
yeah,
based out of Maryland or somewhere.
yeah, but
yeah.
what,
Okay.
no, but when
I
it was first
read
created, it wasn't a couple. His first creation literally wasn't a couple.
it
It was
wasn't.
Kaya. No, Cop is one of
Yeah,
his retro. Is what they call his retcons. I
Okay.
think if
that's
I
because
remember
okay.
correctly, he was a teacher. At one,
Okay.
like back in the very first time they mentioned him.
Yeah. Okay, so it's this kind of, and I didn't particularly mind him at first, but as I read more of him and I grew up older, I'm like, is all this brash cop that will shoot first
Too
and ask
brash.
questions later?
Too brash. Too
Like,
brash.
if you meet this cop on the street, if you talk too much, he's going to shoot you first. So that's like my initial impression of this kind of guy, of guy Gardner. Because and he has become like a punching bag for that kind of jokes. But
Yeah.
why it's up here is that I liked his Red Lantern's arc because I think that story fits in perfectly. That child show when they made him a Red Lantern because it fits his character well, and there was a bit of character development behind his anger issues and all of that, and it told a really good story about that. I would recommend anybody to read that particular story because it was a well done job. But overall, Guy Gardner he's an annoying person. He's an annoying piece of shit.
Can you imagine working with somebody like that? Can you imagine working
I
with somebody
can't
like that?
like
Oh my god, it's so
no
difficult. It's so annoying.
no. Like he's the kind of person you wonder how does this guy still have this job? Like why haven't they kicked them
No,
out
no,
of
no, 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 no.
like
He does his job well.
there see
But the thing is,
I'll
You may
I'll
like,
you
compare
may not like his methods, but he does his job well.
you can say that about every bad cop in the world now. It's the same thing. It's like all this so please it's like
By the way,
don't
by the way, I let you get away with the bad cop reference. If you read his cop arc, he was actually a good cop. He was
no
actually a
I'm
really
not talking
good
about
cop.
I'm here's the thing. I'm not talking
It's
about
perception.
his
Yeah.
actions as a couple. The way I will
Perception.
perceive him
Okay,
outside.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's like
Fair enough, fair enough, fair
a
enough.
little more
Yeah,
gentleness and
fair
it's
enough.
there are some times when an asshole can be lovable, but like we are getting to a day and age where we hold even the guys we like accountable for their actions. And
exactly,
yeah, if you look back
exactly.
at his past actions in that light, it comes off even worse.
Very
Wait, so if you're talking about past actions and you can't rate Hal Jordan above Guy Gardner if you want to
no,
talk
no.
past
So
action.
here's the thing.
So
No,
I'm
I
talking to
hear.
Tunde now
Okay,
because he's saying if
okay,
you look at
Yeah,
okay.
you can't you if you want to be fair, you have to be fair
you
also.
see, no. You see, there's a skill here. Our Jordan still have some likable moments that outbalance this.
What?
Well,
No, I think
when
how
I'm waiting
Jordan
our
is.
Jordan, yeah,
The thing is, how
Okay.
Jordan is actually a likable. He's supposed to be a likable
character,
jock.
So
A
supposed to
Is
be.
a
likable.
jock is a jock
Uh,
all American
no,
fighter
yeah.
yeah,
pilot.
the fighter
Yeah.
pilots. He's like Tom Cruise. A likable.
Eh,
This thing.
Only about story jet.
Today, today,
Oh, this
today,
is Top Gun.
he,
Sorry,
Yeah.
Maverick. He's like Maverick.
he's that
He's like
jock
Maverick.
from what's that oh god, Squid Game.
Karate Kid, Squid Game.
No, yeah,
Oh yes,
Which
that's
yes,
Squid
it.
Game?
yes.
Yo,
The reality show.
oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Okay.
Yes,
Not
Brighton, the
seen
mixed
that.
race guy.
yes,
I've not seen
yes,
that one.
yeah.
yes,
There's a
yes.
hydrogen type there.
Yeah. I know the person you're talking about. I know the person
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yes. He's like that. Yeah, but that guy wasn't likable. That guy wasn't. Guy Gardner feels to me
No,
like one of
fair enough.
only.
Fair enough. You know that guy, and that's
Yeah.
what I say. He's even more. A lot of girls like that guy. A lot of girls who reviewed Squid Game, they liked
Yeah,
him.
but these are girls that have problems now. Okay,
Which
let's
is
go
why.
back.
Okay,
Let me move
let's go
on.
back to the list. Let's go back to the list.
All right, back to the list.
Ah,
Okay, so
yeah.
Guy Gardner number 5 for Tunde. That was. You want to give us your number 5 and then Red?
I'm confused. My 5K or my 4.
No, you give us your 4. 4 is Kai Rayner.
Oh
Number
yeah,
1 was
oh yeah,
Osborne.
oh yeah,
Number 2
okay,
was Simon
yeah.
Baz.
So okay, yeah. So my next one is Jessica Cruz.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like her, and there was a story arc. I think today mentioned this where they dug into her fear because she's the more fearful of them all, and yet she still manages to overcome it. I mean, with great difficulty. So I think she's earned the ring the hardest in a way because she's coming from a more fearful position than almost all the rest, even more so than Kyrenia. Because Kyrenia, I think, has got a normal human being level of fear, like me.
Yeah.
But she had, I can't remember exactly what she had. She has many phobias. She had agoraphobia. Did she not have it? She did like go outside.
Yeah, she had
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I like the arc. I've liked a few stories she's been in. I think DC are not doing enough with her, if I'm being honest. And they've not done what I was expecting her to do, to push it forward. And this might be the fact that there's too many lanterns. That's
I was literally going to say it's because they've
right.
got
Okay,
so
yeah.
many of these now, and they're now
So
stuck.
yeah. But I like her, and I always want to see more of her. Which is why she's at that high for me because I know she's a person I want to see more of her stories.
Okay, fair enough. Red, number 5 for you.
Alan Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, and this it should be way lower, but it's nostalgia for me. It's hard to drop him when he wasn't the first one I got to know, but I think Hal Jordan was the first one I ever read. But still, I was aware of Alan Scott, and so I can't remember him solo. It's always all JSA.
Yeah.
And I think there was a knock with Mangog.
They almost always fight their clips.
Yeah.
So.
So
yeah.
So Alan Scott's my number 5.
Same with me, Alan Scott. I like him. I like his character. There's currently an Alan Scott comic book that's ongoing now, which is enjoyable for the most part. I think, and I don't want to chase anyone away, but it leads very, very, very heavily on the Alan Scott being gay part of it, which I don't think is necessary. Like we know he's gay, and he can have a relationship, and he had a relationship, but they lean quite heavily on it. And when you read it, you'll understand what I mean. Like he has some flashbacks, and at some point, he's having a flashback as to when he was in the military, and he saved people, and his lover was one of them, and his lover was in the military as well, and his lover dies. So somehow the military find out that he and his lover they were together.
They were lovers.
They were lovers. They were loving, and then they and then because of his heroics and heroism, they didn't. I think they didn't discharge him, but they asked him to voluntarily, or he almost voluntarily got himself sectioned. Like all these you go and they'll do therapy for you to make you straight. And while he's there, so he meets other, and I'm using this. Remember, I'm doing air quotes, so please, other deviants like transvestites and stuff like that, and other people who have who have been told that they have problems and they are having electroshock therapy, and
We can't
it's quite.
see your air quotes, so
I knew
text.
you were saying this. So I'm calling. No. I'm not. I'm just saying that. Yeah. So it's a good story. It's a good story. I do think that it could do with a bit of a lighter touch, but it's a good Alan Scott story if you want to read something interesting. So, but he's number 5 for me. Number 5.
Okay.
Can I go with number 6? Can I do my number 6 while I'm here?
Okay, so
Go
can,
for
can
it.
we
Go
just,
for it.
can we just make clear now? We're talking about the top 3 now.
The top 3, yes.
Let's change how we describe
Yes.
it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're talking
Okay.
about top 3. So
Top
yeah, so
three.
you're,
So
you're talking
third,
about your third. Yeah, exactly.
yes. So my third now Hal Jordan. Is Hal
Okay.
Jordan. Um, Hal Jordan was my first Green Lantern, and I still remember the first time I read a Green Lantern comic book. I do remember what the comic book was about, but I do remember that I was in primary school, and I loved the idea of a character who could visualize anything you want and it would appear. I thought,
Yep.
I thought, I thought it was genius because all then the only energy based abilities that I knew were heat vision, power beams, but this is somebody making constructs out of energy. And I was like, and I liked his costume, even though it was like a green leotard with black spandex and then white gloves. But I was like, this is so fucking cool. And his domino mask. I loved Hal Jordan. I loved Green Lantern. I was crazy about Green Lantern for the longest time. And Hal Jordan has fallen off. He's done some really terrible parallax stuff. Yes, he's responsible for some of the worst events, literally, in DC. But let's be honest. I mean, it's difficult to hate him because he was driven to it by grief. He basically went mad. He not even basically he went mad, and I Superman has gone mad before.
You will explain Taya.
Wait
There's no
now.
evidence.
I mean, Superman has gone mad before. Batman certainly, I'm sure, has gone mad in one or two arcs before.
What do you mean
Like,
gone mad?
Batman is still mad.
Batman is
Batman
mad.
is Superman.
But we deal with it. We just chest it away. I'm like, come on, this person went mad with grief, and the DC universe has kind of forgiven him, as crazy as it sounds. So I can't keep on. I mean, I like Hal Jordan, and there's this Hal Jordan comic book I'm reading right now that I'm really enjoying as well, and he does something that is so cool in like the last but one issue where I think they launched Sinestro launches 2 missiles and they're one is going to like Moscow and one is going to New York or something. And there's no way he can intercept both missiles. So he like flies into the stratosphere or atmosphere or whatever. And then he uses his ring to generate like 2 things to intercept the different missiles. And I just the concept. I think he like made a falcon
Yeah.
and like a race hound or something, or a greyhound, and it was very very coolly done. So I'm like, man, this dude, there is life in Green Lantern. I mean, he had a shitty movie. He had a movie that was terribly cast, terribly CG'd, terribly acted.
It's ironic the actor is now doing good things.
Is the actor is a good actor, but
Yeah.
you can pick a good actor for a really bad
Yeah.
movie. And,
Yeah.
I mean, within the same space. I mean, within the comic book space. Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like terrible. And again, Taika Waititi there as his best friend. I'm like, okay, interesting. The whole movie just it was weird. And Martin Campbell is a good director, so I don't know how
Yeah,
things
yeah.
went so poorly. But it's a terrible film. The only good thing I can say is maybe Mark Strong as Sinestro in that film, and I like his Rogues Gallery of Sinestro. He has a really cool Sinestro, like main villain. Yeah, so for me, Hal Jordan is number 6 or the third, I should say. I will move to Red.
Same way as Hal Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah. My first Green Lantern, my first we actually think he can be a superhero, and that's the first
It's so
believable.
cool.
That's the first believable thing. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
a
could do
ring,
this. Yeah, a ring.
a
So
thing.
yeah.
Like, oh, this is
So
insane. Hal Jordan.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hal Jordan. I fell off after a while. Not fell off. I
Yeah,
stopped. Yeah,
but
I I,
Hal
I,
Jordan.
I didn't care for him after a
Okay.
while. Just they made him lovable jock, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
he's a mass murderer as far as I'm concerned.
you have to throw that there.
Yeah.
Okay, today.
Yeah, I'm also Al Jordan for number three on my
Okay.
list. I mean,
Okay.
Al Jordan basically made Green Lantern what it is. If not for Al Jordan, there will be no Green Lantern. I don't think if he started with any of these other characters, Green Lantern would have grown in popularity as much as it has if it wasn't Al Jordan at the helm. So yes, Al Jordan, he has some of the best stories in Green Lantern. Celestial Cop Wars, everything. Like the building up of the character, even the Al Jordan saying the Green Lantern quote, it gives you chills. With
Yes.
it gives so
Yes.
from the animation, like the animated movies they've done
Yes.
with Al Jordan, it's always beautiful. Like
Yes.
Al Jordan takes it as number three. And why
Yeah.
is this low? Is that of all the shitty things he has done.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
number three.
That's literally why. I remember. Sorry, I remember this comic book that I read. I think I had it, but I can't remember. But I remember it so clearly, and I'm like, I think I had the comic book. It was in second. It was in primary school, and it was he was dating that his girlfriend then. His
Sapphire. That's her name.
Caro
no,
Ferris.
yeah, that was her
Carol.
name. Yeah, no, not Fenris. No, no, she was a lantern as well.
She became
The alien.
the Sapphire lady. What's her name? I can't remember.
No, that
Yes.
was another person.
What's
The
another one?
sapphire
What's
lady
her?
was another one. The sapphire lady was another.
Are
This
you
one,
talking about the purple lady?
The
no, no,
purple.
no, no.
Yeah.
That's sapphire. That's the one that Red is talking about. No,
No, no,
I'm
no,
talking
no, no,
about
no, 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 no.
this
Caro
one.
Caro Ferris
Yes.
became Star
That
Sapphire.
was. Yeah.
No, Fenris, not Fenris. Fenris is human.
Yeah, she's also
Not
Starfire.
No, relax. This person is an alien
Yeah,
with she has a funny
purple.
skin tone.
Yeah, purple.
Oh,
That's Kama. I know you're talking about Kama Twy.
Now, so why you
Yeah,
see Carol? Yeah,
no,
she
no,
has a she
no.
has an alien name. Yeah, so
Yeah. But no, when you say Starfire, is not Kara Ferris. That's what I say, person. That's
no,
what I'm
no,
no, he
no,
saying.
said it's not. He said it's not the person he's
not
talking
the person
about.
I'm talking
Oh,
about. Not the person I'm talking
okay.
about. Yes. So the she used to wear a skirt, a green skirt with this thing. She was a Green
Yes,
Lantern as
yes,
well. So to
yes,
the core.
yes, yes.
There was a time that she was like brainwashed or she was being controlled or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
remember that.
she and Hal, they were on a mission together, and then she
Yeah.
created a fake lantern for Hal to recharge his ring.
Yeah.
And like because it was fake, obviously his ring didn't get any charge. And then when he actually needed it, it ran out of charge or something. And then the main bad guy from the life of me, I can't remember who it was, came. I was like, ha ha ha, I got you now. It was. I'm just going back to like decades.
Yeah. She
Like,
was
it's
she was from the
so
same
cool.
she's the same race as Sinestro.
Is she?
Yeah. Toy.
You
Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, 100%. She's
Ah,
from the same race.
this
Let me
person, I
see.
think her name starts with an A.
Are you
Ah,
talking
Okay,
of Arisa?
you're Arisa. That's Arisa now.
so why are you saying Arisa? Why are you saying as like I know the person and I didn't say the person's name? I don't know the person's name.
Because
That's why I was like,
he did the Cat Toy as well now.
okay, okay, the one that I'm talking about is
That's
not
Arisa.
Sinestro.
She's
Okay,
green. The one you're talking about is like greenish
she
in
has a
tone.
funny hue. Yeah, her
Yeah.
skin
Or
is funny.
yellowish. Let me say
It's
yellowish.
yellow. It's yellow,
Yeah.
like orange. Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's like
That's
orange.
Arisa.
That's the one I was referring
Arisa
to.
Rab.
Yeah, that's the
I
first
actually
one I
like
knew.
her. I like her lots.
That's what I was referring
Yes, yeah.
to. Okay, sorry, I interrupted. So that one, your third.
My third.
Yes,
Oh, my third
yes,
is
number
my
three.
favorite. My favorite United is the one with the Yash. So I'm talking about. Why is Rachel busy?
Oh my god!
Tunde will agree with you.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's Sojourner. You guys call it. You guys call her Sojourner. I don't know why. I can never call her that name.
We call her Joe.
Yeah, I could do
It's
it. Bully.
we
Yeah,
call Joe.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
in the manga.
she's my third favorite. I really enjoyed that storyline, that arc with her in. I like the look of her and the unique, because all of these Green Lanterns tend to not have unique costumes. I like the fact
Yeah,
she had a unique costume. She had a unique job. She had a unique ring, and she was in a unique setting doing her thing.
Yeah.
And she was drawn as a beautiful black lady with the right proportions that I expect from my African queens as well. So there's a lot of process for me with her, but I've just got this very.
Good.
I'm scared that we're not going to get as much more of her as I expect.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, she's my third favorite currently of all the Green Lanterns.
Okay. Good choice. Good choice. So, Dave, do you want to take us to your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be John Stewart.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the second, it's the first Green Lantern that went mainstream for me with the GLA cartoon. And I think it was the first black superhero I saw on live action TV. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to think of if anyone came before him, but I doubt.
What do you mean, like live
And-
action? What?
Cartoon.
I mean,
TV.
cartoon, yes,
Oh,
cartoon
sorry.
TV.
Okay.
Yeah, animated. So it was like one of the first. And he was competent. He held his own against
Very,
the
very
Yeah.
competent.
Like there was no point. I don't think there's any point in time in the run of that series where you point him and say this is a talking black guy. He
Right.
wasn't.
Yes.
And there were even some episodes that were focused on him. I still remember the episode where he was arrested for blowing up a planet and he was being tried by the World Court and all of that.
Yes.
I remember that particular act. It was one of the really good acts.
I think that was one of his best. Even the comic, there's a comic based on that.
Yeah.
I think that was one of his best comics. Yeah.
It's still an ongoing thing. Planet Killer.
It's still, yeah. So it's a really good, like, John Stewart is a really good Green Lantern. I really like his character. It pluses that he's black and pluses that he's like his personality can use some improvements, but overall, he's the one I fell in love with first, basically. So number 2.
Respect. That one. Your second.
I'm just going to be echoing Tunde here.
Okay.
It's John Stewart for me, and I just liked him. He was not my first Green Lantern by a mile, but when he came on the scene, I like the fact that I did not feel that he was a token black man. And they've really fleshed him out over the years. So he's a military guy. He had that great arc that Tunde just mentioned, where he went to this planet and he was trying to do good, but he ended up destroying the whole planet. And he carried that guilt a long time with him.
Yeah.
One thing I also like about him, especially in the comics, is when he's written well, his constructs are the most detailed construct of all the Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Down to the boat. Yeah. He builds it
Yeah.
inside out. So it's almost like he's been a real machine gun, not just a projection of one. So yeah, I like John Stewart, and he's done well in the cartoons as well. And I do know his introduction to many young people that they don't want, they think, oh, Green Lantern's black because in the Justice League Ultimate series. Yeah, I like John Stewart a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Red. I'm surprised because I actually thought you didn't like John Stewart.
I'm just gonna echo. Oh, you thought Dakwa didn't like John Stewart?
Honestly, I thought you both did not like John Stewart.
Oh, me?
Both of you. I thought you did like John Stewart.
No, I like him.
Oh
No,
no,
you never mentioned him.
never really. Well, I don't think we've ever really talked about him. So I'm just gonna echo what Dakwa and Tunde said.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing to add to that.
Okay.
And we have a winner. What are we doing here?
Wait, no.
We have a winner.
I haven't done mine.
Just by permutation, yeah.
No, I think the winner will be John Stewart.
Mine.
You think?
Yeah.
Mine.
Oh yeah.
My
maybe,
second.
Yeah.
Is Carolina.
Points, yeah.
Carolina, yeah.
Carolina.
We're not surprised.
Huh? No, I'm surprised.
I said I'm not surprised. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a number 1.
That's what I thought as well.
I love Carolina. Love him. But I love John Stewart closely enough to say, okay, I'll take John Stewart. I love John Stewart. So I'm saving my John Stewart for number 1. I'm giving
Okay.
Carolina
I can live with that result.
Okay.
Can I just say something on the side?
Yeah.
One thing, and I think part of the reason why I thought you and Dapper didn't like him is because John Stewart reminds me a lot personally of Benjamin Sisko, the captain, Ben Sisko. And I know you don't like Ben Sisko.
Oh God, I don't like that guy at all. Cisco can go.
Okay. He reminds me very because John
the
Stewart
captain
is a bit
Oh,
scared
sorry.
captain. Yeah. the of DS9.
This
He's also
kind
a
of
bit. Wait, he's also a bit not sanctimonious, but he's also a bit like he has that black bad energy. Like, look, we have to be careful. He's a madman.
like born again Marines. They're not very
Marines, exactly.
they're not very
Action.
not very flexible.
Right, wrong, action.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I like that about him. But okay, so that means we've already chosen. So the first, then ergo for that one is Guy Gardner.
yes.
For red, Guy
Guy
Gardner.
Gardner, no question. Yeah.
For Tunde,
It's Joe.
Joe Mullen.
Joe.
Yeah, I've seen
Joe
that.
Mullen, yes.
Asher,
John.
No, see. I think
Count-
Joe has had the best Green Lantern story of the last decade. I'm not sure I can compare any other Green Lantern story in the last 10, 15 years compared to the one we got with her in First Sector. And I mentioned that Joe.
she's just been around for 3 years though, right? So that's good.
Yeah, no, I'm pointing at that particular story. Yes, like and that's the kind of stories I like from Green Lanterns, where they're exploring new worlds and faced with new circumstances beyond what they deal with. That's why my favorite Green Lantern stories are Omega Man, this one with Joe, uh, Guy Gardner as a Red Lantern,
So you
in
recommend First Sector as a read?
100% as a read.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
very
anybody
good.
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very good read.
Oh,
I've not
Red,
read it.
Red, you've not read it yet.
No, I've not.
Actually, it's best for you to read now because it's collected together. Because we had to wait
Okay.
in between,
Yeah.
so you can read it.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Remember
good
what I said? I couldn't relate to her. I've not read too many Joe comics.
I
I
mean,
didn't know her at all.
while Kex is doing his little tabulation, I have to wax lyrical
About
about
Guy, please go. Please
about
go.
Guy.
Talk about
I
the
mean,
attitude.
How about
Yeah,
Guy?
let's go. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
I mean,
I'm here to back you up.
yeah, and to be honest, there's also a lot of, I guess, when he came on the scene for me, he was a fresh of breath air compared to Hal Jordan, who by that time I already could not stand him. And I thought, oh God, thank God, this is a real person that I can, I know people who act like this, and
rough around the edges.
rough around the edges, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm, military, clear everybody out of the road, get the job done type, and I kind of enjoyed it. Now there was a period when I think DC started taking the piss with him, and especially Maguire, may he rest in peace. Kevin Maguire and Kev Given, when they did the whole JLA, the humor version, and two of my favorite characters. Captain Marvel was my favorite character for DC. Green Lantern was my second favorite character, and he clowned both of them through the whole series. He clowned both of them. Now, I could still enjoy that series, but I really did not like the fact that those two were the butt of the jokes throughout. But I've seen other stories like I think Tunde mentioned the Red Lantern face. Excellent. He had a warrior face, which was good, but I didn't like the fact that they moved him away from being a Green Lantern in that time. So that kind of was annoying me.
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
Yeah, when he had his own powers where he could morph his skin and everything. Yeah, it was called Warrior.
Tunde's upset Joe is not winning, so he left.
Yeah, that was. You're right. You are right, because that was Blue Beetle was there. That was where Booster Gold was wearing that armor.
Yes,
that was getting his start attack or something. Yeah. I still remember that.
So I like all of that. And then there's one particular issue of it's weird how I remember it. There's an issue of Action Comics with Guy Gardner, and it's one of my favorite issues of him entirely. And this is when Superman basically he kind of explained his attitude, why he got that attitude to Superman, and he was laid on a lounger, and he just got back from hell. There's a period of time where he was consigned to hell, and he just got back, and then Superman I think came to him for asking for a favor, and then Superman just called him out on his attitude, and I just love the way the response he gave to Superman, and he said no, I said listen, their job they'll call you for, their job they'll call me for. He said. The way I don't want you to try and replicate how it was put. Yeah. I just loved it, and I thought, oh, this is just awesome. And then when they were doing the whole, as much as I attacked Jeff Johns, one thing Jeff Johns was good at especially when it's on his Green Lantern road. He would do that, giving each of them distinguishing features of what you know. So
Yeah.
you had just do as a military guy, precise weaponry, precise constructs. Gargana's own, he's the only guy whose rock sparks. He was the only one whose ring sparks because he's got uncontrolled willpower, and it was manifested by the fact that his emblem was constantly sparking. It's always ready to go. Who are we beating up today?
It was raw.
Yeah, it was raw. Yeah, but that arc in Red Lanterns, that was also for me, especially when he took off his ring and wanted to fight Atrocious fist to fist.
Oh, that was fun. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that was. He was beating. All his face, everything was scattered. but the agility, the willpower.
To quickly add to what that was, one of the things that endeared me to him was he was brave with or without the ring.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, he would go and get the job done. He didn't care for getting beat up. He didn't care for personal injury, without regard. I mean, without taking. I mean, what was the word? Not a lot of regard for authority, which I like. So, I'm okay with that. You want something done, just get out of my way and let me do it. Don't tell me how to do it. So I like people with attitude. I'm delivering results.
Let me take a little funny.
Yeah.
It's weird, but there's the reason why I don't like Mr. Gold. It's weird to beef somebody for this very reason.
Okay.
He's the reason in continuity why Gargana was not the first Green Lantern. Because when the ring came, there were two candidates, Hal and Guy, and Hal was Nera. But they told the story that they didn't want Guy to become the Green Lantern. Apparently, one guy said, no. They sent Bruce into the past to tell Gargana to go somewhere else, so that he was further away.
Make him further away.
Yeah. Oh my days.
Ever since that story, I started beefing Booster Good. That was just me trying to hype up my guy.
Okay. Well, so the results are it.
Are we breaking ties?
No, break ties. No,
let's leave that.
John Stewart wins.
Let's leave
I can live with this result. Yeah.
Who's winning?
So let's start from the back. Let's start from the last.
Yeah, start from the bottom. So coming up from the rear in eighth position is Simon Baz with 6 points.
I think we all agree for that.
Yeah. I can't hear on that.
Yeah. That's low, and that's 6 out of a possible 32. Coming joint sixth, Alan Scott and Jessica Cruz, both with 15 points.
Ooh, I don't like that too.
Okay. Fair. I will push Jessica Cruz on top of Alan Scott.
Okay.
We'll probably push her off.
No, put her up.
Why are you going to get the points from?
I'm just saying. With those two ties.
I'm going to borrow the 1 point. Don't leave it, Jerry. I'm going to put
it. And then fifth place is Kyle Rayner with 17 points.
Okay.
We've got 2 people in fourth position, joint fourth, Hal Jordan and Joe Mullion with 19 points apiece.
So the thing about this is, I don't like it, but I knew it was inevitable that he would be. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Hal Jordan is even third.
Third. You thought it was going to be second, right?
No,
or third. Yeah.
You literally gave this dude. You started off and you gave this guy 1 at the bottom.
I cannot stand that guy. I cannot stand him at all.
Okay.
I cannot stand that guy at all.
All right. Second place, Guy Gardner, 24 points. And then first undisputed place that we all agree and should go on our podcast as our favorite Green Lantern is John Stewart. I'm so glad because I really like John Stewart. I was talking about that John Stewart comic, and you guys were like, shit, it's not good. I'm like, War Journal is nice. Like the ongoing one. I'm like,
I don't hate him. I think I've seen better stories with him. But yeah, no, I'm not hating on. I've never hit on Jon Stewart. If I'm honest, I like him a
good.
lot.
Okay,
Yeah,
and it seems like it's unanimous. I'm pleased about
Yeah.
this. Okay, so there you have it.
So did he? Sorry, can I just check? Did he get second, or first? Was he like second or first for everybody?
He was Jon Stewart
I think he must
was
have been.
second, 3 seconds, and first for me.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, second, first,
So
yeah.
you can see why he's won it. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, there you have it, folks. Jon Stewart is our favorite Green Lantern. Now let's move on to next week. So next week we are having a podcast on Boxing Day. That was that correct? We're giving the listeners a Boxing Day present.
Yes.
So we will be recording on Boxing Day, but we will not be releasing on Boxing Day.
It depends on how much turkey I've eaten that day. Before, I would try for at least by the next day get it out.
Okay.
So
there are two things we're going to be focusing on that day. Am I correct? We're going to be reviewing Aquaman 2, and we are going to be talking about the episodes of What If that have already dropped.
Yeah, so we should have about 4 or 5 episodes by that day as well. So we can, So
we'll have a nice, a very, very nice bumper episode on Boxing Day for you guys to look forward to.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for listening. As always, this be episode 116 of Naija's Geeking Out. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Tunde, do you want to say goodbyes?
Yeah, goodbye, guys. All of you that have not read Fast Sector, go and read Fast Sector.
I agree.
They cheated Joe Mullen in this particular. Unfairly treated.
So why is it that we can't all agree on one thing? Red.
Guys, Merry Christmas, guys. Have a good one. And Tunde, Joe is the worst Green Lantern.
You said it today.
Bye.
I can't do that. I can't. No.
Signing out. Let me just log out like that.
This is why guys can never be regular. It can never be regular.
Wait from next year. We'll start taking attendance. We'll see who attends the most.
Do you know that Red's vote is what made her tie with Harold? Doesn't she would have been told?
Exactly. Yeah. Could have been told by herself, even for already.
Yeah.
Like, how can you say hold Joe and you now put Simon Bass on top of Joe? Like, why?
No, but you see, the thing is, so when Simon Bass came on, I was still reading Green Lantern. I remember his Green 52. So he might even know, even though I didn't like him. Joe, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I should have abstained and given us 0. You would have preferred that,
right? You want to cause trouble.
Yeah, guys. Oh, by the way, guys, I know I've been slacking in putting on the YouTube versions of this up on YouTube. Now that I've got a few days on holiday, I'm gonna binge drop them onto YouTube. And so when you see this episode, you'll be able to see a nice little wall saver of Gargana in my background. With that, thanks for listening, and see you later.